Hi everyone, and welcome to the workshop. This is Blueliner Milsurp, a new YouTube channel, and this is the introduction video. Let me introduce myself. My name is Scott. I am an avid military surplus firearms collector. I've been doing it for around 17, 18 years now. When I got my very first military surplus rifle at Cabela's for $99, the Musin Nagant 9130. But more on that later. So I've been doing this. I collecting them. I conserved them, restored them, fixed them. Kind of my thing is I want to return as many as I can to their original military configuration. I am a U.S. Army veteran. I served in the infantry. So infantry rifles and military surplus rifles and the men who carried them in battle are kind of my thing. I want to pay homage to them. I want to preserve these beautiful pieces of history for myself and for generations to come so that the men who carried these in battle will never be forgotten. So on the bench right now, we have a very special firearm. It's a M1903 Springfield that when I got it, it was not in its military configuration, but only a couple things I had to do, and I'll explain that shortly. So let me explain how the channel is going to be. I know there's a lot of gun tubers out there. You have a choice, and I just wanted to add my voice to it. To me, taking these military surplus firearms, returning them or to their military configuration or cleaning them, preserving them, doing whatever I can to make them look as beautiful as possible, and then they go into my collection. And then every once in a while, I pull them back out. We take them shooting if we can. Some I will shoot, some I won't. And I have a very nice collection, but some of them, they're just too old or they're just something can't be fixed. But I do try to get them all to a nice configuration and get them back to full functionality as close to their original military configuration as possible. One of the things about me is I believe anyone that sporterizes or changes a military surplus rifle should be hung up by their toenails and whipped repeatedly. I really believe that these beautiful pieces of history should be kept in their original configuration. So what we have here is an M1903, kind of a 1903A3, kind of a good place to start because there were a couple of things that I had to do after I obtained this. So what we're going to do just for this intro, I'm going to show you what I did. And then I'm going to show you some pictures of a recent trip I took. I went down to Kansas City to visit the National World War I Museum. It's a beautiful museum. If you've never been there, even if you've been there before, I highly recommend that you go. It is very beautiful. It's got a whole lot of surplus rifles, artillery pieces, exhibits, dioramas, everything about the First World War. And I really enjoyed it. I spent an entire day there. I saw every video, every single exhibit. It was fascinating and just outstanding. So I'm going to show you a couple things. Then we're going to show you some of my trip down to the World War I Museum. And then we're going to come back and we're going to put this thing back together. The only thing I have out of it is the bolt right now. But real quick, I'm going to show you what was done to this rifle before and what I had to put back and fix. So stick with me for a minute while I change the video configuration, and I'll show you the two things I had to do. This wasn't bad. I've had some that were a whole lot worse, that have cut off stocks and all kinds of sporterization and changes that were made for whatever reason by previous owners. And I'm going to show it to you, but I need to change the camera. So stick with me. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, welcome back. And this is a 1903 A3 Springfield. It was made in 1943. It is a Smith Corona. That is the typewriter company that was contracted during World War II to take and make 1903A3. So this was not the frontline rifle of the U.S. Army or the Marine Corps during World War II. That was obviously the M1 Garand, another rifle I have and will be showcasing shortly. But this was for the troops that didn't have the M1 Garand yet. So some of the Marines that went ashore in the early phases of the Pacific War did not have M1 Garand, so they had these 1903 Springfields, secondary and support troops like artillerymen, truck drivers, logistics. Those are the people that kind of had this rifle in World War II. So this was, of course, a World War I version. There's a World War I version of the 1903 Springfield. This is the World War II version. The only difference between the two is the sight. So on the World War I version, if there was a ladder sight up here, and for World War II version, they changed it to a peep sight in the back here. Now, when I got this was not here, this peep sight, the original peep sight. Someone had replaced it by drilling two little holes. Right here, you can see there's one and two, and they had put what was known as a Lyman 48 sight on there, which is what they used for after World War I when they were making some of these as national matches to be used in target matches. So they put a specialized sight on there. So someone had taken this off, and put that Lyman sight. Well, I want this in its original military configuration, so I took the Lyman sight off. I got a replacement here. This is actually off another 1903A3. It's not a new reproduction. I put it back on, little dovetail underneath here. It's back on. And then I was still left, when they put that Lyman sight on, they had two holes here. And I didn't want to leave those undone. So I got some set screws, and with the help of Google AI, figured out what size, contacted a fastener company, and was able to get the size exactly to fill the slot. So I think we got that back to its original configuration as best we can. And I know some of you are going to say something about the stock here, and I know that has been changed as well. Some things are worth changing. If I ever come upon another stock, I may get it because of this dip right here, which is not supposed to be there. Other than that, it's all original. So that is how I changed it back. And that's kind of going to be what this channel is about. We're going to take some different rifles from different eras. We're going to take them apart. We're going to put them back together. We're going to clean them. We're going to conserve them. We're going to get rust out of them. We're going to try to get them functional again. And get them as close to its original military configuration as possible. So right now what I'm going to do is put up some pictures of some really great pictures of my trip to the World War I Museum. Just going to be short. I found some really neat rifles down there. Most of them I already have and will be showcased throughout this channel. So then we're going to come back. We're going to put the bolt back together, put it back in here because I just finished cleaning it because I took it out to the range and it fired. The sights worked beautifully. There was no play in it at all. At 100 yards, it was shooting nice tight groups. Beautiful, beautiful rifle. And so we just had to clean it. And then we're going to put it back together and it'll go back into the collection. So enjoy the pictures from the National World War I Museum that I took. And after that, we'll be back to put this bolt together. And that'll be it for the introduction video. Thanks, and we'll be back. Hey everyone, and welcome back. I hope you enjoyed those pictures of my trip down to Kansas City and visit to the National World War I Museum. Just a spectacular museum, very brilliantly done. Some great artifacts, including rifles and artillery pieces and exhibits and dioramas and videos and all that down there. Just fantastic. Um, Museum down there. And someday I hope to also get to the World War II Museum in New Orleans. So hope you enjoyed that for my part of my introduction video to Blueliner Milsurp's YouTube channel. Hope you'll like and subscribe. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put this bolt back together. I finished cleaning this after our trip to the range. And we're going to put the bolt back together and put it in and tell you what's coming up. So I'm going to put gloves on to do this because whenever you're dealing with bolts like this, they are at some point you put them under spring tension, and if you pinch yourself, it really hurts. Ask me how I know. Okay, so to begin with, I already did one thing here. So this is the extractor, and I did take it off. It's not that hard to take off, but it is a little bit of a pain to get back on. And it took me about 30 to 40 seconds of fumbling, and I just did that off camera so you didn't have to watch me fumbling. But I did get it back on successfully, um, and it goes over that locking lug right there, that extractor. So that's all we need to do with that right now. Then we're going to take the bolt sleeve here. We need to make sure that the safety lever here, you can see the safety lever goes back and forth. That safety lever needs to be over on the left side. As you're looking at the back, it needs to be on the left side in the ready position so that you can put, this is the striker. The striker goes in all the way to the back, and then you're going to set it on a nice hard surface. Put your firing pin spring on, and then you take this neat little piece here. It's like a ribbed collar right here, and you put it on top, and you're going to compress the spring over that striker till it goes all the way down to expose the top. Then you're going to take the firing pin, which you see has a notch, and the firing pin notch goes in, and you release, and that's the collar. The collar holds that firing pin onto the striker and puts that spring under tension there. So, and then one last thing we have to do is we need to get the centerpiece here, the safety. It needs to be straight up for complete assembly and disassembly. So the way you do that is you kind of need three hands to do it, but I'm going to try to do it here. So you got to grip on both sides here, and then you're going to pull the firing pin back, and then with one, got to get that up into the center. So now you have the safety pointed straight up. Okay, now you can put this back into the bolt, and it just screws back in. So as you can see, there's a little tab here, and it's going to go in. You screw it all the way in until it gets to that point, push the tab in, and then it goes into that little slot right there. And now the bolt is back together, and we can put it back into the rifle. To put it back into the rifle, just turn this thing around so that you can see there's a little tab here. This is the magazine cutoff, and being a U.S. infantry rifle, they made it infantryman proof, and I know that because I was an infantryman. So they put on and off, just like on the bolt. The safety has safe on one side and ready on the other. They make it, infantryman proof. So the way you put the bolt back in is the magazine cutoff has to be in the neutral position. So not up, not down, but in the neutral position. Make sure that your extractor is over the right locking lug, and then you can just simply push it in. You got to push the magazine follower down, and it will go in. Now, to do the function check, we're going to move that down and the magazine cutoff, and then we're going to release the safety over here onto that side where it's safe. It should lock the bolt in, and when we pull the trigger, nothing. And when we move it over to ready, it should go. So we'll, right, and there we go. And that's how it works. So function checked, done. Bolt reassembled and put back in. So that is all with the 1903 Springfield. That's it for the introduction video. We are going to be uploading videos every Sunday. I call them Sunday Gun Day. And we'll be showing you different things, doing different military surplus rifle and firearms activities, mostly breakdowns, disassemblies, reassemblies, cleanings, how to get rid of rust, how to put bolts back together, how to take them apart, how to clean, and some history of these firearms. So the first one we have coming up, I'm going to show you what we have coming up on our first one. So our first one is going to be this piece of antique firearm here. This is a Dutch Beaumont from the 1870s, and then it was upgraded in the 1880s with this magazine. And we're going to disassemble it on Sunday and show you all the neat parts. This is a black powder cartridge gun from the 1870s. It was used by the Netherlands, and it was designed by a man by the name of Edward Beaumont. And then another Italian by the name of Vitali came up with a magazine system for it. So we're going to disassemble this. We're going to go through it, and that'll be our video one on Sunday, will be the Dutch Beaumont. So we got that coming up, and then throughout the week, we'll be cleaning it, and then the next Sunday we'll put it back together, hopefully, if everything goes well. So, hey, that's it for today and the introduction video. Look forward to Sunday when we're going to disassemble and go over this. Until then, have a great week, and we'll see you on Sunday Gun Day. And if you have any comments, please put them down below. Please be nice and respectful. Like and subscribe, hit the notification, and we'll see you on Sunday. Bye, everyone.